20-something years ago, my life changed completely. My relationship ended. We sold our house. And because of that, my bank account was full of money. And I was at this crossroads of what do I do now with my life for me? Because like many people, when you're in a relationship for a long period of time, you kind of feel like you've blended together and perhaps even given up your dreams a little bit in our dreams. So when you're left on your own, it's kind of like, well, what are my dreams? Who am I, and what am I prepared to do, and what am I going to do? And so when I was at that place in my life, I decided I was going to travel around the world, going to all the spiritual places on the planet, and go to Peru, and go to Glastonbury, and go to India, and go to all these places to learn how to be spiritual and find the meaning of my life, and find out, sorry, I'm just reading the sign of how far I'm going to go, and find, what's the next step for me. And I also wanted to reconnect to the meditation practice that I had learned a little while ago to teach me how to do this, to teach me how to reconnect to myself and to the practice that I had done. I just wanted to learn to meditate again. So off I went to where the Ishayas are, the Ishayas of the Brightpath. And I walked into a retreat center where everybody was meditating. And I'd come straight off the street, full of energy, full of passion, full of, hey, it's me. Hello. And I'm like left in this room with people with their eyes closed who didn't actually care that a new person had just walked in. They were, of course, loving and supportive. But I walked from a very superficial way of living life and thinking I was the center of everything, to this place where everybody was making themselves and their experience of peace the center. It was mind-blowing. I spent the next 2 weeks there learning to meditate, learning to discover this peace, this unbroken, unbounded peace within myself. And then I decided I was going to stay for the rest of the month. And during that time, I knew without a doubt this was it. I didn't need to go to Peru. I didn't need to continue on my journey around the world to all these spiritual places looking for something when I had actually found something very, very precious. And a live teaching with alive teachers, with the guidance, the intimate guidance, direct to your own experience, directly talking to me, in the same room as me. The group of people all conscious, playing with consciousness, and exploring consciousness in a vibrancy and an aliveness which I'd never, ever experienced before. In fact, I didn't even know was real on the planet. You could find some books and read it through somebody else's nervous system. But to actually have a teacher and a teaching alive and present to how you're experiencing life was a miracle. And I knew that, so I knew I couldn't leave. I mean, I could leave the room, I could leave the house, I could leave and go back to my home, yes, but I couldn't walk away from this. And so without a doubt and with absolute certainty in my heart, I took my vows to become an Ishaya, and from that moment forward became an Ishaya monk of the Brightpath. I learned to become a teacher, to teach meditation in the way that this teaching does that, which is with techniques which work, that actually are very user-friendly, which are very easy and natural in your own language. Eyes open in daily life and eyes closed in a traditional meditation practice. So the practice itself, you don't have to be a monk to do that. But the call of my heart wanted more. I wanted to dive in deeply. And I never had been that type of person before. And so here I was actually committing my heart, mind, body, and soul to this path and becoming a monk. Now, even the word monk, I thought that meant I was going to, give up sex, give up life, give up going out, give up alcohol. And I was prepared for all of that because my call in my heart was way too strong. But it's not about that. It's not that you go crazy and do all of that stuff, but you don't deny yourself anything, but you become conscious to what all of that is for you. So you can see what you're choosing for and make choices for your spiritual growth in relationship to a sexual relationship or your relationship with alcohol. Like, is it a need? Are you filling a wound? Are you knocking yourself out? Or is it just a nice taste here and there, completely different. So this isn't a path of denial, it's a path of absolutely remembering and accepting. And for me, it's the greatest journey. I started 20 years ago, and I am in awe of my journey as a monk all of these years and all the cool people I've met and the beautiful learnings I've experienced myself.